Welcome to the online application for the City of San Diego COVID-19 Housing Stability Assistance Program. This program helps pay past due, unpaid rent and utilities for individuals and families with low income in the City of San Diego who experience financial hardship due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The program is required to give priority to paying past due, unpaid rent. If funds remain available after payments have been made for past due rent for qualifying households, the program may be able to help pay upcoming rent. A landlord can begin the application on behalf of their tenants who live in the City of San Diego. However, the application will not be considered unless a tenant approves and submits the application per federal requirements. If your rental property is not in the City of San Diego, please do not fill out an application on behalf of your tenant for this program. Instead, visit erapsandiego.org for information about programs for residents who live in other areas of San Diego County. To apply, you'll need to use an up-to-date web browser such as Chrome, Firefox, Safari, or Microsoft Edge. You can complete the application on a desktop computer, a laptop, or a mobile device. Go to covidassistance.sdhc.org to start your application. The landing page is the main page of the application. From here, you can select your preferred language to view the application in English, Spanish, or Vietnamese, create a new account, whether you are a tenant, a landlord, or an employee of a contracted community organization that will be helping applicants with this process, log in if you previously created an account, or go to the San Diego Housing Commission's website. The Housing Commission administers this program. The bottom toolbar includes links to report technical issues to the website. If you encounter one of these technical issues, please report it, wait, and try again later. You can also read the program's frequently asked questions, which are also located on the bottom toolbar. If you need more assistance filling out the application, call 619-535-6921. You can encourage your tenants to fill out the application themselves or to contact one of the community-based organizations listed on the landing page. These organizations are helping applicants complete their applications. Click on Apply Now. The icon buttons on this page can be used to create a landlord account, create a tenant account, request to reset your password, and resend the verification email with a link to confirm the account. You will need a valid email address to create an account and to receive important status updates during the application process. You will also use this email address to log into your account. If you do not have an email account, you can create one using a free service such as those offered by Google, Yahoo, or Microsoft. To create your account, click on the Landlord account link under New Account or the icon. The Housing Commission will use the contact information you provide during the creation of your account to send you status updates about your tenant's application. Your password must be at least 8 and a maximum of 15 characters long. It should contain at least one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, a number, and a special character. After clicking the Next button, go to your email inbox and click on the link included in your account confirmation email. If you cannot find the email, check your junk or spam folder. If it is not there, go back to the landing page and click on the Resend Account Confirmation button to send another email. Once you have created and verified your account, you are ready to begin an application on behalf of your tenant. Please work together with your tenant to collect the information and the supportive documents that are required to apply for the program. Before you begin, please have the following information available: your tenant's email address and phone number, the amount that the tenant owes in past due rent, the total gross annual household income for calendar year 2020, which includes income for all members of the household, the total current monthly household income, which includes income for all household members, the current monthly rent, if applicable, the amount or amounts the tenant owes in past due utility bills, which may include internet service. You will also be asked to submit supportive documents on behalf of your tenant. The following documents are needed: a document to verify your tenant's identity. However, this option includes a box to mark if you do not have identity documentation for your tenant. A document to verify your tenant's address, tenancy, and the monthly rental amount. A document to verify the total past due rent amount that matches the past due amount in the application. If your tenant needs help with past due utility payments, you will need a bill or letter from each utility provider to verify the total past due utility bills. Each document must include the tenant's name, address, account number, and balance owed. Documents to verify the tenant's gross annual household income for calendar year 2020. Documents to verify the current monthly household income. Documents to verify that the household is at risk of experiencing homelessness or housing instability due to COVID-19. If you cannot scan or do not have digital copies of your tenant's documents, you can take a picture with a mobile device and submit an image of the document. You can also start the application and save it to finish and submit it later. However, if the tenant does not approve and submit the application, it will not be reviewed for this program. When logging into your account, you will access the Landlord information screen, which includes buttons and links for applications to create and manage applications on behalf of your tenants, action required, where you can approve the assistance amount for your tenant as the last step in the payment approval process, W-9 direct deposit information, approved applications where the applications for tenants you approve will be listed, and declined applications where the applications for tenants you decline will be listed. You can get additional information about each section by clicking on the I or information icon inside each button. To start an application on behalf of your tenant, you must provide your address. You can do this by clicking on the Edit button. Fill out the required information and click on the Update button. Landlords who accept payments from the program may receive their funds by direct deposit. To allow for payments to be made more quickly, please provide information on your W-9 form and about your bank account. This information will be required from you prior to issuing a rental assistance payment. To do so, click on the W-9 direct deposit information box. Then click on the New W-9 direct deposit button and provide the requested information. Read and click on the self-certification. Type in your name and click on Update. You will receive a message noting that your information was provided successfully. You will also see that the information has been populated in the W-9 direct deposit page. Multiple W-9 forms and direct deposit information for more than one account may be submitted. You can return to the Landlord information screen or access other features of the site by clicking Home or any of the other sections on the menu on the left. To fill out an application on behalf of your tenant, click on the Applications button. Click on Add New Application to start. You'll be asked to enter the zip code of the rental unit to verify if the tenant is a resident of the City of San Diego and eligible to receive help from this program. If your tenant's address is not in the City of San Diego, please do not fill out an application for this program. Instead, visit erapsandiego.org for information about programs for residents who live in other San Diego County jurisdictions. Fill out the tenant's contact information and provide information about their race, ethnicity, and gender. This information does not affect whether or not this program will be able to help the tenant. These questions are only to comply with federal funding reporting requirements. In this section, you can also update your tenant's language preferences for communications and for them to receive text messages with updates on the application. Remember that you must provide the email address for your tenant. They will be notified that you are requesting assistance on their behalf, and they will need to review and submit the application. When you are done, click on the Save and Next button. If you do not fill out a required field, you will see an error message. After all information is filled out, you can click on the Save and Next button to continue. You will be asked for information about the rental property where your tenant lives, including the address and whether or not your tenant receives any kind of rental assistance or subsidy. Your landlord information will already be filled out, but you can review and/or update any information. Click Save and Next to continue the application. Household information includes the total number of individuals that make up the household. This also includes roommates. The gross annual income for all members of the household for 2020 is required for the application. The current total monthly household income from all family members also is required. You will also be asked if the tenant owes past due rent. If you select Yes, a box will appear asking you to certify important information. You are required to certify that any local, state, or federal housing or utility assistance that the tenant previously received was already applied to their account and is not shown as a past due amount. If you indicate that your tenant owes past due rent, you will also be asked how much they owe and which months were not paid in full. The amounts you indicate must match the totals in the supporting documents that you must provide. The program can also help your tenant with past due utility bills and internet service expenses that were due between April 2020 to March 2021 that are not included in the rental amount agreement with your tenant. If you indicate that your tenant has past due utility bills, new fields will display for you to select which utility bills are past due, the amount that is due for each account, and how many months have not been paid. Amounts should be rounded to the nearest dollar. Note that assistance is only for bills that the tenant pays directly to the utility companies. Cable television and phone costs are not eligible. Any utilities that the landlord pays are considered rent and are not eligible for utility assistance from this program. You can also indicate if your tenant is applying to receive help to pay upcoming rent. The program may be able to help with upcoming rent if funding remains available. You will also be asked if someone in the household is currently unemployed. The application also asks you to state if the household has been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Choose the best description of the household situation from the drop-down menu. You will also be asked if the household is at risk of experiencing homelessness or experiencing housing instability due to COVID-19. Please read the description to determine whether any of these conditions apply to the household. You can also click on the tooltips box for additional information about unsafe, unhealthy living conditions. Click the box "Not at risk of homelessness" or "Not experiencing housing instability due to COVID-19" only if you know that accurately describes the household circumstances. If any of the conditions in the description apply to your tenant, select it from the list. Finally, provide information about how you learned about the program. Click the button to continue with the application. You are required to provide documents that verify your tenant's past due amounts. These documents should be in the following file formats: PDF, JPEG, or PNG. You can take a photo of a document with a mobile device and upload the image. Please check the description of each document type to determine what information needs to be included in the documents that you submit. You can also click on the Information eye icon for additional information. For example, documents to verify utilities must include your tenant's name, address, account number, and the balance owed. Documents used to verify dollar amounts must match the amounts that you included in the application. To upload a document, select the document type from the drop-down menu. Click on the Upload Documents box. Navigate to your computer, your camera roll, or take a picture to find the document and select your file to upload. You may need to upload more than one supporting document. For example, if you are applying on behalf of the tenant for help with more than one utility, a document for each utility is required. After you're done uploading all of the requested documents, click on the button at the bottom of the page. Self-certification is the final step before sending the application to your tenant. Make sure that you read and click on each of the 7 self-certification boxes. You will not be allowed to send the application to your tenant if a box remains unchecked. Type in your name. Click on the Send to Tenant button to send the application to your tenant for review. When you click on the button, you will be taken to the home confirmation page. You will also receive a confirmation email that the application has been sent to the tenant via email. Your tenant needs to access the application in the portal using the link in the email they received, and they must review the application information, accept the certifications, and click on the Submit Application button in Step 5 of the application. If the tenant does not click on the Submit Application button in the portal, the application will not be submitted and will not be considered for help through this program. It is recommended that you reach out to your tenant and remind them to review, update, and submit their application. If they need additional assistance, you can also refer them to one of the community-based organizations listed on the landing page, or call 619-535-6921. Successfully submitting an application does not guarantee that this program will be able to help your tenant. You can check on the status of any applications that you submit on behalf of your tenant by logging into your account at covidassistance.sdhc.org using your email address and password. The application status is available on the Application section of the Landlord page. You can also click on the Status Info button to see a description of each of the process status codes. You will also receive a notification when the program determines whether or not your tenant is eligible to receive assistance. Thank you for your interest in the City of San Diego COVID-19 Housing Stability Assistance Program.